Hey guys, don't think I forgot. Day 20 of the carnivore diet. And tonight for dinner, we're having a bowl with some paper towel on top. No, not because of mystery. I'm just reheating some fried chicken that I made earlier with my pork rinds crumble on top. A good wet paper towel. Just rinse it out. You lay it on top, and you just microwave it for basically 30 seconds to a minute. It gets it all nice and hot. The meat, as you can see, is just peeling right off the bone. And not only does it remake it nice and moist again, but it doesn't compromise it either. Well, am I feeling any better? Not really. I'm still nasally. Still a lot of snot comes out of my nose. Still having these like weird cough attacks from time to time that seem to like last longer than they really should. I am sleeping though. I am sleeping through the night. Going to the bathroom has slowed down, and now it's not so crazy, diarrhea type of stuff. It's a lot less a lot less liquidy. It's more solidy. That's because I've upped the salt intake. That's good. What else? Not really tired, lethargic. Kind of little lethargic, a little, it takes a little longer for me to do something. Normally, when I started this, I had a shit ton of energy. Now it's kind of like, I don't really have that much energy, and it usually gets really diminished by like just the aches and pains, the soreness that I seem to get pretty quick. Kind of like, oh, pepper. It just kind of pops out of nowhere. Not the pepper, the pain. I ended up, that's hot. I ended up making fried chicken today, and from 2 o'clock to about 7, I made pork ribs on my smoker. You guys, I'm just hungry. You guys will be seeing that tomorrow. I didn't season them at all. I first put them on bone side down, and I ran it for about half an hour with just heat, and then introduced some wood chips. Then for another half an hour I let it sit there, and then I flipped it over for an hour, and every half hour I added more wet wood chips to the fire. This at that point this was meat side down. So that was a solid 2 hours, and then I left it meat side down until it got up to the optimum temperature of 160. And then I took it off and I double wrapped it in aluminum foil and made like a little bit of like a corral and like a kind of like a cave with a dome on top. Like, it's called tenting, and I just tented it. I had two packs of ribs. One probably about like a foot and a half long, and the other one's about a foot long. I did 2 of them because ribs can go really quick when you're eating them. It's not a lot of meat; it's more bone than meat, but But in the aluminum foil, at that point, I let them sit in my smoker until almost 7 o'clock, at around like 200 degrees, and then every like half hour, I added some more wood chips to it to keep, get more smoke inside of it. And then I took them off and I wrapped them tight with aluminum foil over the top of them, and then now they rest. And I was going to try to see if I can get to them today, but I was like, I don't know, let me try to kill some chicken. We still have swordfish left over from yesterday. We're gonna have that tomorrow for breakfast, um, or lunch, whatever. And then for dinner, we'll probably end up having the ribs. There's only a little bit of fish left, and you want to eat it before it goes bad. So that's why I don't want to pre-cook too much food while doing this, because everything you can make like really quickly, like fried chicken. It's something you can cook really quick. Steak and fish. Doing it on your smoker, it's going to take a little longer. This is fucking good. You know, I was never a fan of pork rinds, but these are like the crumbs that went through the fryer. I fell off the chicken. Salty and sweet, but I don't know about sweet. Finger licking good. So that's basically what's going on. I don't really have body pains and aches. It's just more or less of like exhaustion and tired. So honestly, I have really no good updates. But I still definitely have that under the weather. Still have the cough. Still coughing. Still like nasally and stuff. I could blow my nose now, and it's just like a lot of goop comes out. But it's clear. It's not like yellow. So it's not really like I'm sick. It's a detoxing sick, is what it is. So it's kind of hard to explain to people when they're like, oh, hey man, I don't want to catch COVID. I'm like, no, this ain't COVID. Trust me, this ain't a fake disease. This is a detoxing that just has the mirror image of a virus. So even though it has the effects of a virus, there are times I still get a fever that does come and go out of nowhere. Like what was it? It was earlier. I went out and did a couple things, and then I was on my way home, and I got this fever while I was driving. And I got so freaking hot, and it was raining out, and I like lowered my windows just to bring in cool air. And I was like that for maybe like 10 minutes, and then it went away. And then I made it home, putzed around, did a couple things. It wasn't until like a couple hours after I was like literally got up from my couch to walk to the bathroom, and like halfway there I just got hit with this like severe heat fever for like 3 seconds, and I got like a little lightheaded, a little dizzy, a little like a little unbalanced, and then it went away, and I haven't had it since that happened. I have had so far a couple times today. I went to go do something, and I kind of lost my equilibrium. I think it was just I was getting up too quick, or I just moved a little too fast, and my eyes didn't really adjust right. And I kind of been having like a little bit of a headache, a very, very mild headache for the past like 2 hours. But I think that's just because I'm surrounded by a lot of lights and big giant computer screen and stuff. I've been staring at it for hours. I think that's just, my eyes are just hurting from constantly staring at this big screen. So I know that doesn't help anything at all on my end. So sometimes I gotta take a break from the screens and shit. My eyes start to hurt. But other than that, fried chicken tonight. Tomorrow will be ribs, and sometime in the morning will be the rest of the swordfish. And who knows where it's gonna go from there. I do notice one thing I kind of having issues with is keeping my pants on. I haven't worn these shorts since I was like 27, I think. And I'm 32 now, and I finally fit back into them, which is pretty awesome. The only problem is that I couldn't keep them up. I was outside earlier working with the smoker, and I went to go do something, and next thing you know, I couldn't really do anything. But, my shorts are around my ankles, and I'm out there trying to frickin', move my meat around in my smoker while I'm walking around in my underwear. So, it was a good feeling, freaking pants were able to fall off instead of had to suck it in to get them on. I put a belt on that I had to buy when I gained all this weight, and the last hole on the belt doesn't tighten the belt all the way, so I have these shorts on with a belt on, and they're still sliding off my ass. So, with all the being the sick / detoxing, to have my pants fall off by just walking and stuff, it is amazing. It is amazing I've lost that much weight, and I know I'm going to continually lose weight the longer I keep up with this. And sooner or later, this detox issue is just going to, my body's just going to finally subside with it. And I can see the coughing. And then it comes like this in waves. Sometimes I'll be fine, and other times it's just like cough. Still drinking a lot of water. I'm still drinking the alkaline electrolyte water, which you should be drinking. I don't drink a bottle a day. I drink this probably like every 7 or 8 sips of just my regular water. And that's it. I can't really go off of the point of like drinking when I'm thirsty, like I was early on, where I was drinking less. I'm like thirsty all the time, especially the more saltier it is, the more thirstier I am. And so I'm trying not to make it like over salty because of that, but I know I need salt in my diet because that'll help absorb the water in my body, and my shits will be more of a solid than, hero ass Shima coming out. It really gets freaking nuts sometimes. But you can see like my tank tops like this are just kind of like sagging on me and stuff now because I'm not filled out into them like I was. Oops, I almost had a Janet Jackson moment there. But still have some more weight to lose and do some other stuff. But yeah. That's about it that I can think of. I'll probably think of something later, but I'll just say it tomorrow. Oh, but anyway, guys, like, subscribe, share it with your friends, comment below, share your thoughts, your feelings, your concerns, your questions, anything that jumps across your mind, any recipes, food-wise, anything that you've tried or mixed with food to try to, maybe help more palletize it. Honestly, this chicken right now with salt, pepper, and the pork rind, I forgot what it was. I said it once before, that grind, the mixing the flour. It's not even a flour, that coating. Honestly, frickin' is amazing. I mean, it's so crunchy, it's so crispy. You could see the aftermath, what's left in the bowl. It's good, and it's something that is worth trying. So if you haven't tried this yet, go on Amazon, grab them. Just grab one container, coat your chicken in it, drop it in your fryer, pull it out, little salt, little pepper, take a bite out of it, and you're gonna go, holy shit, where has this been my whole life? And that's how I felt the first bite of chicken. I'm Mr. fucking hot sauce, and I'll put a little extra pepper on it just for that spiciness kick that I still like, but it's not soaked in all this hot sauce and chemicals, and it's so freaking good. I think it's still crunchy. Not crunchy right now because I reheated it with a little water, but when it came out, oh yeah, it was a crunchy sensation. And this, I know what's in it. See, my biggest key, now I'm going to wrap this video up. About anything, not even just on a diet, but also as a human, as a consumer, you should really know what you're sticking in your mouth. You can go to like any of the fast food fried chicken hot spots, I don't want to call any of them out because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus or make accusations. But I am going to make a pure, solid accusation. You do not know where does your chicken come from. You know, if you go and get for $20, you get a bucket of chicken, and it looks good, and trust me, I bought that shit years ago too, until I started getting a little nerve-wrack. You'll notice that there is this much meat on it. Now, I've bit this several times, but there's like that much of a coating on it. So you bite into that chicken, and you're like, My chicken still has meat on the bone. Theirs does, sometimes. So, there's less meat on their bone, here and there. But that's not really the point. The real point is, like, where does your chicken wing come from? See, mine, I could tell you, step by step. My chicken wing comes obviously from a slaughterhouse, and it gets packaged, so on and so forth. So that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is, how does your chicken wing that looks like this, that's covered in all crackly and it's all covered in oil, you know, it's all chewed up and stuff, how does your chicken wing get here? What's on it? Well, I know it's pork rind, and I know it's rainbow pepper, and I know it's Himalayan salt. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's peanut or it's corn frying oil. That's it. If you get it from a restaurant, you don't know what spices they're using, especially when they go house spice. What is house spice? Is it salt and pepper? Oh, no. It's more. Okay, so remember a couple videos back, I threw out a bunch of shit, and a lot of those spices I had and those rubs had a lot of dangerous chemicals in them? Well, that could be on this. So you think you're having a safe piece of chicken on the carnivore diet, or just a safe piece of chicken out there, and you don't realize you're biting into something that's almost the equivalent of biting into a pack of cigarettes with the amount of chemicals that are in them. And it's because of all the spices and the rubs. Oh, but I don't want anything on my chicken. I just want them plain. They're still going to coat them with a bunch of dangerous chemicals. I'm not saying you don't go out and eat and stuff, but that's kind of the main reason why I stopped going out eating, because it's just, I don't trust the shit that I'm getting fed. You know, I remember one time I went out on a date with a girl. I'm getting off topic, but I'm going to wrap it up right now. And her and I went out to this fancy restaurant. Plates were like $100 each. She ordered, it was a chicken, forgot what it was. It was chicken breast on a plate. I forgot the right term. She wanted it grilled. They grilled it. When they served it to us, I was like, damn, I should have got that. You know, it was chicken, it was lettuce, it was french fries. I don't know if there was french fries, it was potato wedges or some shit like that, whatever it was. I remember it was a chicken breast. Anyway, so long story short, she's looking at this thing, and just like everybody else, we all take photos of her food because we want everybody to know we're eating, I guess. And she goes to cut into it with a knife, and it's pink. It is pinker on the inside than anything. You know, I was gonna make a really funny joke that just got sexual in my head, but it was so pink on the inside, and the chicken was like that big, and it was just like on the top and the bottom was a little bit of white, and then the center was completely pink. So that means what? It's completely raw. So, all right, waitress, come over. The hell? I'm like, I didn't even say, like, there's something wrong with the chicken. The first thing I said was, what the hell? She said, well, what's the matter? I said, it's fucking raw. I'm like, do you guys even cook this shit? Or you just serve it raw? Oh, I'm so sorry. No. I had a chicken sandwich. That's right. Her and I both had chicken, but she had something that was on a plate with pasta. That's what it was. Pasta and chicken and something else. And I had a chicken sandwich. It was supposed to be a deep fried, okay? This is where I said, where does your chicken come from? It was a deep fried chicken patty. Right then and there, chicken does not come in a circular patty. So that's strike one. Strike two was supposed to be deep fried. So knowing that it's deep fried, such as this, and you crack open the chicken down the center, what you should be expecting to see is white meat. Right? This is deep fried. It's white. If it's not white or black on the inside, there's something wrong. And the only time you're going to get a little black was like when you're running across the veins and stuff. In case anybody was wondering what's black meat on chicken. That's why you run across like the veins that are on the bone. I don't know if it's really black. I don't know if it's really meat. But nevertheless. That's white. When I cut into that chicken sandwich, just for the hell of it, it was pink. Like, what the fuck? So, I almost went a little too far than most of my videos. But this is what I'm really trying to make a point at. You don't really know where your food's coming from. And being her meal and my meal, we're both pink on the center. We just D&D'd. Her and I had a couple drinks each. We weren't going to pay for anything. We just fucking left. They grabbed our meals, went back in the kitchen. Her and I grabbed our shit and we left and went someplace else. And actually had a better meal. And never went there again. So, and that was a nice restaurant. So we're going from fast food restaurants that do shady shit. And then you have fancy restaurants that are doing shady shit. I mean, I used to be a food delivery guy. Delivering food to restaurants and shit. And I would see firsthand how they kept their food. And I think that's really what stopped me from going out. And I'm not going to disclose any names at all, but there was a lot of restaurants that people used to tell me, "Oh, I love it. The place is great. The food is good, and it's cheap." Yeah, it's cheap for a reason. The handling of their food was disgusting and horrible, and it made me never want to go out again because I went to so many restaurants that I either wanted to go to or that I used to go to. And when I saw behind the scenes and the way they handled and prepped and stored their food, I didn't want anything a part of it. Even restaurant chains, little small sandwich shop chains are just horrible. It might be something that you might want to go and try, but once you get behind the scenes and people that work at these places will tell you the same shit. It's like all the whistleblowers out there from McDonald's and Wendy's and Taco Bells and shit like that who post videos of them, scraping meat off the floor and putting it back in a bucket. Oh, God. Cheese that comes out of a bag where they got to scrape the mold off. Oh, but it's okay. Yeah, well, that mold isn't just... That mold is centered in one spot because that's where it's really concentrated. But the mold is actually in the whole thing. Before we started this diet, we had some, I think it was V8 juice. And we were pouring it into a container, and this blob came out into the glass. It was a thing of mold. It was a piece of mold that was floating inside of it. So the whole thing is contaminated. So obviously that we dumped down the drain. And that was a turn off right away. It just looked like a big giant snot slob that just came out of the bottle. And that's mold. And mold will grow on everything. Especially when it's not properly sealed up. But anyway, I'm not going to get into all this shit. Yeah, you people should know this shit. Google's your friend. Research stuff. I still have that sweatshirt sitting a certain way because my back still hurts in one spot. But anyway, guys, like I said once before, like, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your family, your brother, your sister, your grandmother, your aunt, anybody you don't like, send the videos to so they can listen to me drone on for 20 minutes about random shit because my brain's just wanders away sometimes. I will see you guys tomorrow, and maybe you get to see my succulent ribs, or something happens. Who the hell knows? I grow like a horn out of my head or some shit.